Hello, sexy people. Good morning. Mwah, mwah, mwah. How are we doing today? Are we doing wonderful, amazing, wonderful, scrumptious? That's good. That's good. Keep the energy nice and high for yourself. You deserve it. I just want to say, some people are strange on this planet. Like, some people are just really fucking weird. And, I've had multiple interactions where even when I describe some of the weird shit, people are like, did that really happen? And it's like, yes, it did. It sounds astronomically unbelievable. But some people just don't know how to fucking act. And when you grow up, you usually have people saying shit like, oh, they're just acting like that because they have a crush on you, or oh, they're just acting that way because they're jealous of you. And you won't believe it. You'll be like, no, these bitches are heinous, awful people. They have weird, undiagnosed psychologist issues they need to get worked the fuck out. And honestly, the answer is somewhere in the middle. Honestly, both. The answer is both. You just kind of grow up and you realize, oh yeah. Because I had bitches in middle school mocking me for sitting up straight. And it's like, no wonder I had so much anxiety for a massive portion of my life, because I could just be sitting there doing my fucking homework, just like in the back of the class, minding my business, and then here comes some bitch being like, oh, here go Miss Proper. Here go Miss Proper. And then mocking the way they'd always do this, like, oh, I'm gonna sit like Miss Popper does, and be like, and then mockingly sit up straight. And it's like, yeah, you should probably already be doing that. It would help massively for your posture and level of attractiveness. It was a shame. It was kind of weird of them. Another incident in middle school. Oh wait, no, high school. Yeah, freshman year of high school, going into my second year. My mom signed me up for this job program, so I was with a whole bunch of other low income people who were basically forced by my city to like work for the local businesses, I guess to pay back the whole subsidized rent bullshit they gave us. Decent concept, awful program. But the teachers, who are also big pieces of shit, the teachers were like, oh, hey, students, guess what? You have to show up tomorrow wearing your best job interview attire, and make sure it's like no jeans, no t-shirts. Show up looking the best you possibly can, as if you were going to have a real job interview. And I thought everyone understood the assignment. And so I was like, okay. I went in my closet. I found this cute little like church girly like navy blue dress that I actually think I still have in my closet. It still fits me to this day. Big flex. And then I also put on this cute little blazer, which also surprisingly still fits me. Yeah. I don't know. I'm very, yeah. And I put on this cute little thrifted jewelry I got, a cute little bracelet I got gifted from a school teacher, my little tights, my little flats, and I looked fucking good. I put on some little pearl earrings too to make it all Chanel-y. And then I show up. I'm one of the first people to show up right after this group of girls who already weren't the best behaving in the class. Like, and I sit down, and all of them are just mean mugging me, like glaring me down, as if they like I shit on their grandma's dog or something. Like giving me the absolute stankest of face, snarling, just going like this to me, and it's like, what the fuck? I was sitting there uncomfortable, like, oh, they can try to make me feel as anxious as I want. I'm just following the assignments. I'm gonna let the teacher judge me, because guess what? All of them were wearing jeans from like the early 2000s type shit, like outdated jeans, baby fat. Why are you wearing baby fat? And it's like, what, 2014, 2015? Even though baby fat did make a comeback. Okay, never mind. Baby fat's cute. Yeah. But they were wearing like apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur, t-shirts, hair looking any sort of type of way. And it's like, you didn't even try. Like, if they, I don't, and I thought maybe they called in advance to be an exception or something, but the job class made it clear, if you don't do this, you're going to get booted at the class. And then guess what? By the very next class, I didn't see them, because their attitudes and their mindsets and everything about them just got in the way. Jealousy and envy are such weird things. Like, I've even had them from like it's a known thing that, especially if you're a younger black woman, that some older black women will absolutely try to dog you the fuck out on some weird envy, jealousy, weird shit. Like, I don't know, imagine like some woman who was like a pick me in the 60s, and that didn't go well for her, and so now she sees like someone like younger than her or more fit than her, or like, and then she just tries her best to try to knock down that girl's attitude like several pegs because she hates her own fucked up life. I've had that so many times that honestly it kind of, some businesses and people I just refuse to work under, because it's like, yeah, you're not gonna fuck me up. I had a boss when I was in high school literally throw a pencil at me because I had to tell her that 6 times 3 does not equal 16, as she was trying to go back and forth with me on my paychecks and pay stubs, as I was trying to like do the math and calculations for a worksheet we had to fill out. Ooh, she's such a dumbass bitch. Marilyn Gaddafi, at the Acorn Apartments, you suck. If you ever see this video, you need psychiatric help. Like, a lot of it. I once saw a pot of coffee in like one of the office rooms, and it was her and this other old lady there. I was like, oh, I didn't know how to ask, and my anxiety, I already have pre-existing anxiety, but I can still tell when I do and do not fuck up for the most part. So I was like, oh, excuse me, I have a quick question. Does that coffee pot happen to belong to anybody in this room? And then like one of the other old ladies in the room, she stands up hella mad, like, yes, that is my coffee. That coffee there is mine. If you want some, you don't be rude like that. You go up there and you ask me if you want some coffee. You don't just try to get some. And it's like, whole time, I didn't even say I wanted the fucking coffee. Why are you yelling at me? I was as polite as possible because I was literally over polite because I thought, I don't know, is there a chance? I literally thought to myself, there's probably a low chance that they're going to find an issue with me just simply asking about a coffee pot, not even saying that I want any. And even then, I would ask before I get any, if I even wanted any, which I didn't. I was just asking for future reference because we would get up early. And that bitch yelled at me like crazy, and it was ridiculous. So some people just have really low self-esteem or hate their fucking life and never worked out their issues, and it's weird. In fact, I was all dolled up just the other night, standing outside of some Thai restaurant about to go on a date, and I looked good as fuck. Like, my skin was amazing. I did my skin routine. I got my hair done. Got some little diamond earrings and my little diamond ring on. Got this little Monet gold necklace and a cute little sexy dress that looked amazing on me. Everything looked perfect. I rubbed shea butter into my skin and had... My lips already looked pink, but I added more pink gloss just to add an extra vava-voom oomph. Got my brows waxed. I looked fucking good. And I was just standing there, minding my business, right next to the restaurant. And then this one bitch walks by with her boyfriend and then some other guy. She stares me down and then she's like, so flashy. And walks past me. And I don't know if her fucking man was staring at me or some shit, because some bitches get very weird about that. I don't know how to explain this. It's always funny when I get mistaken as straight or in public. It's like, no, your boyfriend being straight and being attracted to my non-binary ass is not my problem. I was not looking his way at all. He was looking at me. Or if she was just insecure, but from the glimpse I got of her, she looked like a homeless version of a Scott Pilgrim character. And it's like, oh, she's one of those. I see, where, she couldn't just be a normal person and be like, hi girl, you look good. Or just be like, oh, she looks nice too. Like, she couldn't be positive. She just had to find a way to have a weird pick-me insecure energy of, who dresses like that? Like, I don't know. And I've had that so many times in my life where I just simply dress well and that's when bitches try to shit on me. I dress up nice and suddenly bitches want to be rude. Like, I'm just saying, this video was supposed to be only 3 minutes, but then I had way too many examples. Some people just don't have any decorum, any common sense, all sorts of insecurities, and no sorts of therapy. Try not to take it personal. Just, so I'm glad that one of my fixations is psychology and a whole bunch of other shit. Because, deep down, I just kind of know, okay, she's not shitting on me because she wants to. I bet she's shitting on me because she's probably mad that she's on, a date night or a friend hangout, or, hey, maybe she was a racist. Sometimes that happens too. I've had plenty of incidents where people get shady at me because I look better. I'm not that egotistical. Better than them. Or, more dressy or conventionally attractive or whatever than them. And it fucks up their whole, ooh, white supremacy, I'm the best mindsets, Actually, yeah, let me share this one example. I had this one couple, rich couple. They were looking for a throuple situation. They were like, we're looking for a beautiful girl who wants to live with us now, loft apartment, because my girlfriend is bi-curious, or at least, and she actually was not. She was just doing it to keep him. And he was interested in me, and she seemed kind of interested in me. But then I guess they must have talked behind closed doors, and some shit must have came up. Because they went from being all gung-ho, like, oh yeah, you seem perfect for us. We can arrange a date sometime soon, get you a new laptop. Next thing you know, it was like, yeah, sorry, she doesn't actually want this for you. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, did I do something? And he was like, no. She just realized that she didn't want anyone who was not white, because then she would feel like I would want you more. And that's an interesting level of racism, and because that's so much insecurity. And I've talked to several friends about it, and they all agree that it's kind of like how back in the day white women got insecure seeing black women walking their natural hair and looking beautiful, so then they made laws called the Tignon laws, if I recall, that would ban women who were black from having their natural hair out because it was deemed offensive. So it had the same energy. It's like, oh, okay, so you're very insecure that being a skinny white woman isn't going to work out in your favor. Because now it's like, oh, when the black girl with the hourglass figure pops up and the shiny hair and the shiny lips, then you're going to worry, oh no, she's going to steal my man. The whole time I was excited to eat pussy. I was so excited. We could have been in the fucking Louis Vuitton store scissoring, but no. No. That pissed me off. Well, anyway, it's okay. They were both kind of, let's just say they were not that attractive, but attractive enough where I would have gone for it. Anyway, sometimes people are just very insecure and they have their own issues to work out. Usually it's not even you, it's just them. Like if you walk down the street looking good and bitches want to snicker at you, or shade you, or nitpick you, or anything, it's because they themselves feel offended by you. In fact, here's another example. I've had plenty of fucking offense because I'm autistic. And bitches, like, how do I put this? Imagine you're like an able-bodied bitch, like mentally abled, physically abled, and then you're getting outdone by someone who's disabled. Like, oh, she's getting better grades than you, she draws better than you, she looks better than you, she dresses better, and it's like, oh, but she's fucking special ed. She's in the class with the people that are like spitting on each other and calling each other slurs and fighting teachers. So why is she better than you? It fucks up their little pre-existing mindset of being better. So people just get very offended whenever they could get their top spot taken. Even if they weren't even at the top spot, they just like to be delusional, you know? Me, maybe it's because I'm autistic, maybe it's because I'm bisexual, maybe it's because I like myself but also like other people. I could walk into a room of bad bitches and, like, as long as everyone's friendly, even if I'm the least dressed up one, I'm gonna be thinking, oh my god, that girl's so cute. I love her shoes. Nice hair. God damn. Oh, I'm gay for her. Oh, she's so I want to know how she does her makeup like that. And it's just weird to me that some people just don't have that way of thinking. That's the weirdest shit ever to me. I remember in high school, we were drawing like 10-year goal plan boards. And me being an optimist, not knowing how life would go. No one expected a pandemic. It's okay. Or extreme PTSD. It's okay. But, you know, I drew out, like, they were like, ooh, okay, here's sheets of paper and crayons and markers, everybody. Draw out your 10-year goal plan. So I drew, like, a nice big Oscar. I drew, like, movie theaters. I drew, like, all the things I wanted. I added a whole bunch of detail. And I remember someone walked by and they were like, holy shit, you drew that? Yo, teacher, come look at this. The teacher was like, oh my god, look at what Tamia made. They held it up. The class was like, whoa. And the whole time I was like, I didn't see the fullest of hype, but I was still blushing. I was like, oh, thank you. And I guess these two bitches who really didn't like me in that class for two different reasons, they were so fucking pissed. They were just like mean mugging like hell until one of them laughed and was like, you know they only saying that because she's autistic. And then they started kikiing and ha-ha, and it was like, okay, that was some weird shit. And, like, the teacher eventually caught on and had to tell their asses, like, hey, you're being weird as hell. This girl comes into class just walking what she's walking, and you videotape her, record her, and put her on your Snapchat and Instagram to make fun of her. That's fucking weird. You always have these little side comments about her whole time. She minds her business. She goes to, like, 3 classes a day. She sits in the back not messing with any of you. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm glad that the teacher did that. Miss Wu in fucking Skyline High School, thank you for being that way. Because the weird bitches, Jaden and Alicia, they needed to get their shit checked. Alicia later on tried to be nice, but I'm gonna be honest, if it's a whole school year of you being a weird ass bitch, showing your ableism and racism and all your little pick-me shit, I'm not gonna be interested. Why would I be? Ugh. And then I had another moment too. I was looking fine as hell. I was at school. I had this nice black, like, not trench coat, but, like, you know those long, light, breezy jackets? Yeah, I had one of those on. I had a little Fashion Nova dress, which I still have in my closet. Sadly, I haven't even worn that dress since that day, since it was a little traumatic. I was minding my business. Empty-ass hallway, 2 girls that I kind of recognized, but, you know, never really talked to, staring me down. I wore this cute little Fashion Nova dress, and it wasn't even anything, like, obscene. It was, like, a typical, like, knee-reaching skirt, black tights, black heeled shoe dazzle boots, like, and a black little trench coat-esque jacket. I looked good. And it was, like, a simple, but still, like, fun outfit, because I just liked fun outfits. And then these bitches with their little fucking shitty-ass Forever 21 Charlotte Russe-ass clothing They strutted towards me, and they made sure that they got super close to me. Like, they damn near tried to hit me in the hallway just to give themselves an ego boost, despite all the space to walk around me. Like, like, imagine 8 feet wide hallways, and they still tried to fucking jostle me. These bitches walked past me on some, why does she look like that? Oh, you know, it's only because she's autistic. Like, they walked past me basically saying, like, oh, I think she's like autistic or something, and walked past me. And it was so weird because it's like, bitch, the fuck is wrong with you? It's like I wasn't even doing anything autistic. I was just walking down the hallway looking cute in a little outfit, and they wanted to be bitches. Well, what's sad is I haven't worn that dress again, but also, it's beige. I don't really wear beige. I'm a colorful person. But yeah, just don't let people try to dim your light or shun you out of things. Like, I even had my mom being a piece of shit trying to shun me. Like, she was one of those weird bitches where I could wear something and I had a little bit of weight on me, like the tiniest bit. Like, let's say it looked like I ate a sandwich and like was digesting it or something. She'd be like, "Oh, if I were you, I'd be so insecure to wear a dress like that. Like, with all that bloating, I'd be so worried about being called fat and ugly. But it's cute for you. It's good that you're confident." And it's like, that's weird. You could have just said, "You look nice to me." You didn't need. She just, all she had to say was, "You look nice tonight." That could have been enough. But if I did ever dress up like like if she saw how tall I looked in heels, or if I wore an outfit that looked especially good, she would be kind of, at first she'd be like, "Oh, you look so nice," but then later on I'd see her glaring at me or staring at me hella hard. Like, it was weird. It would be a coin toss on, is she gonna be praising me on some, "Ooh, I love this. Oh, I love that you get to dress this way," or is she gonna be like staring at me from across the room on some weird shit as if I'm doing too much? And it's so weird. It's so weird. Sometimes you just being fly as fuck can trigger these people, let me tell you. I actually remember, eventually I kind of leaned into it, because I remember specifically, they would not tell people that they had another daughter. It'd be like, "Oh, this is my one super popular athletic daughter. Isn't she awesome? This is my super athletic son. He's amazing. Look at him go. This is my one, like, athletic little, shy little boy. Oh, yeah, and that's the whole family." And then they'd keep forgetting to bring me up. And so then the occasions where I would go to like family events or occasions with them, because they'd forget to bring me up or whatever, I'd have people being like, "They had another daughter?" Or, "Oh, who are you?" Or, it was so funny. We went to this wedding and they introduced like the whole family. They were like, "Welcome to my old last name family. Welcome, everybody." And then they saw me. And because I'm like darker than the rest of my family members, and then also like, different hair texture and taller, the woman who was introducing them was like, "Oh, excuse me. Oh, hey, ma'am, do you need something?" Because I looked older than my age. And then my mom had to explain, "Oh, no, that's not a random woman. That's my daughter." And they were like, "Oh, you had another daughter? Oh, she's so pretty." And sometimes people like to shit on my sister and be like, "She's prettier than the other one." And it's like, don't say things like that, because that's going to get me fucked up for a week by my family. I don't need that. My sister was very insecure. Tons of bullshit with her. I don't need to. This video is long enough. Let's save that content for another day. And then eventually I was like, okay, instead of being like the forgotten kid, where it's like I show up to events in like jeans and a t-shirt and then just get dismissed, ignored by everybody, let's just make it so that they can't ignore me, like on purpose. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna dress up super fucking nice. Like, and my family would dress up like however they would, like, jeans and a t-shirt, this, and that. And then I'd be like, okay, you know what, let me whip out the tights and the cute little dress. And then I put on a little jewelry too, and some earrings and some lip gloss, and do my hair presentably. And then next thing you know, people would hella notice me. Or my mom would be like, "Oh my God, Tamia, why are you so dressed up? What you dressed up for?" And I'd be like, "What? I can't get, this is a special occasion. We going out together. I can't get dressed up." And she'd be like, "Oh, okay." But then eventually she got mad because I was out dripping the family. And then eventually she realized, okay, fuck it, drip or drown. So instead of, like, for a while she was kind of salty about that in like a, "Ooh, Tamia's trying to look better than us" sort of way. Like, she's too good for us. But eventually she realized, you know what, fuck it. I'm inspired. I should get dressed up too. And then me and her got dressed up, and then it started becoming like a thing, and that was kind of nice. Yeah. Every cloud has silver lining. But yeah, so in a nutshell, people can just be very insecure and take out their anger on you, and it's weird as fuck. Especially weirder in family dynamics, because I would make them insecure by simply existing. No matter what. It's like if I had my hair, like, not done the best because they should have been helping me fucking take care of it, probably. or if I looked like normal for me or tomboyish or anything, they'd be on some, oh, she's gonna make me look so fucking bad to everyone. Why is this my kid? Other times, if I did actually dress up, then it's like, oh, she's gonna make me fucking look bad by looking better than me. What the fuck? What the fuck is. And that's so. You don't know how weirdly gross that is to have that as like a maternal dynamic, you know? Yeah. Yeah, let's just say. Oh, yeah, I also had a job at Solely Vegan in Oakland. And then there was this one bitch. I forget if her name was Brittany or Tiff. I think it was Tiffany. She was ugly as fuck. She would always be insecure because I'd have to rewash dishes after she already washed them because she'd leave them covered in gunk to do a half-assed job. And she was mad that I was doing some parts of her job better than her. And it's like, maybe if you just did your job right in the first place, and then, because it's like, what do I look like? Do you think that any of us want to get yelled at because you're serving them filthy fucking cups and utensils? Or do you think we want that tip money? And I don't know. Sometimes people are just fucking weird, but don't take it personal. It's usually just them being super like, it's weird. These people usually are aware of whatever issues they do have. They just refuse to acknowledge them. Even though they're going to acknowledge it one way or another. They see a pretty woman in public dressed up, and then they think, oh god, my fucking boyfriend's looking at her. This is gonna make me look bad. I better mock her. So they are aware of their emotions, even subconsciously. They're just going about it in the worst ways possible. Like, instead of being like, oh, I'm high self-esteem enough where I'm just like, you get inspired by the pretty girl, or you dump the shitty guy, or like, and that shit makes me sad, really. So like, so many people do things out of insecurity that it just hurts, because it's like some of the most beautiful, smart, intelligent people just fuck it up. And not in the like fuck it up, they fuck it up like, oh, you fucked that up. Well, what's up with you? That's why even in the mangas I read, there's a huge trope of like villainesses who like ruin their lives because they want to seem better than a specific girl or blah blah, that they end up losing all their wealth or their beauty or everyone who likes them, or they get murdered in the process. And it's like, that's why it's a huge trope of stories where it's like, oh hey, if I were in this woman's shoes, I would make different choices. And then the protagonist wakes up as the villainess of her like favorite story or whatever, like the evil character, and they make her life better. I don't know, that's still on topic. But yeah, moral of the story, stay fly. Just do what you like, be peaceful, and love yourself. And this even goes for the people who do acknowledge that they have massive insecurity issues and low self-esteem. You're still worthy of love and affection and care. You just gotta work on yourself. You gotta work on how you treat people, how you treat yourself, how you deal with your flare-ups, your emotions. Lots of things. How do I put this? It's one of those processes that it takes a while, but think about it. Would you rather 6 years from now be willing to go, oh wow, I really fucked up so many bonds that could have been amazing in my life by my self-sabotage. I really looked so insecure during that moment. Thank God I'm not that girl anymore, and that, like, I'm beautiful, I'm stunning, I wear what I want confidently, and I'm never afraid of another person's light because I know I shine just as bright. Or would you rather be the same hating ass bitch? Not on some shit, probably even worse life quality. Still fucking up everyone else's life. Think about it. That's all. I'll stick my ring. It's so pretty. Real diamond. Alright.